Hey everybody, Eve here with concealedcarry.com. You know, as a concealed carry instructor, I encounter a lot of brand new shooters, particularly ladies who think that they can't rack the slide on a semi-auto, and so they limit their choices of handguns that they might choose because they think they can't rack the slide. But I'm here to tell you, if you really want to learn, you can, and it's really not that hard. So this video is going to go over a technique to teach you to rack your slide effectively and safely every time. First of all, let's make sure that this handgun is safe. We're going to get rid of the magazine, and I just racked the slide myself, checking the chamber to make sure that it's empty. So without the magazine in it, first of all, is how you're going to practice. Let's talk first of all about the way I see people normally trying to load the gun or unload or rack the slide, and that is holding the gun way down here with their arms extended in an honest attempt to be safe. And I appreciate that you're trying to be safe and keep the muzzle in a safe direction. But even if I'm here, the muzzle is pointing safely down range. First of all, my elbows are bent, the gun is close to my chest, and I'm exploiting the strength of my core from this position. Secondly, when I grab the slide, now I'm not saying grabbing it this way with thumb and forefinger is wrong. It's not necessarily wrong. But if you want to be stronger and exploit your own strength, everybody can make a fist as long as you're conscious, and you're a lot stronger that way. So I'm going to make a fist and grab the slide overhand behind the ejection port. Okay, that's important because if I'm trying to unload or clear a malfunction, that space needs to be open so that the problem can fall out. Finally, I'm going to put the gun pretty much vertical, again, close to my chest. I really want to think that I'm driving using my core and sort of spinning my shoulders. I'm driving the gun forward with this arm. It's almost like this gun is a runaway train going down the track. And this hand is kind of like a tunnel that's too low for the train. So I simply drive the runaway train through the tunnel. And see how easy that was? Driving the runaway train through the tunnel. And it is a violent motion, ladies and gentlemen. Notice also that I almost try to hit myself with this support hand. I don't pull it back and then ride the slide forward. That could potentially create a misfeed for you. So that is your slide operating technique. I do suggest, by the way, if possible, that you start out with a full-size pistol like I am with this Canic right here. And then work down to, if you have the option, a smaller gun like this Glock 42. Again, we safety checked it. Generally, the smaller the gun, the harder it is to do this because it becomes more of a fingertip operation rather than a fist operation. So if you have the choice, it's easier to start out in general with a larger pistol. But I can easily still rack the slide, lock it open like I just did with a little gun once I have this technique down. Let's talk for a moment about locking the slide back. That's probably the second most common complaint I see with folks who have slide manipulation problems, is that they think they cannot lock the slide back. Let's go for the easy cheat method first off. If you simply take an empty magazine, and assuming you're going to clear that round that's already in the chamber, or the chamber's already empty, I'm taking my empty magazine, inserting it into the mag well. If I rack the slide, then the follower of the magazine automatically goes up and locks the slide back. At that point, I can drop the magazine out and my pistol is in this lockback configuration. So that's kind of the easy cheat way to do it. If you want to do it the way it's meant to be done, let's look at the mechanics of this first of all. On most every semi-auto pistol, you're going to have a little button here at the top of the frame that serves as your slide lock mechanism. The motion of it is to be pushed into the frame and upward, but mostly upward. Notice with this handgun and with most of them, I'm operating it with the bony side of my thumb right where the nail meets the flesh, not the pad. That makes me a little weaker going that way. So with the nail bed of my thumb for most pistols, I'm pushing up on it. Now your job is to get this button into this cutout on the slide. So I have to do two things at once. I've got to be pushing up on the button as I'm pulling the slide back to engage that, like so. If you'll watch here, when I pull back, it releases the button. Watch the button right here. Down it goes, and the slide can go forward. So let's look at it again. I'm pushing the button up as I pull the slide back, and it locks it open. It's really pretty simple. It's just a matter of getting used to how your particular slide and slide lock function in relation to the shape of your own hands. Why would I want to lock the slide open? I get people ask me, why in the world are you doing that? It's a basic maneuver that you need to be able to do with your semi-auto. If you're wanting to unload it, you're preparing to clean it, or you're in a class or a range situation where you don't have a holster for your gun and you want to make it obvious to yourself and everyone else, all the bystanders, that that is a safe gun that can't possibly fire. Those are all good reasons to know how to lock your slide back. Thanks for checking out my slide racking and slide locking back instruction today here at concealedcarry.com. Hope you liked the video. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, please leave them in the comments below. I will try to respond. And good luck with your shooting. Practice, stay armed, and enjoy.